Mossell Alexander practiced law from 1927 until her retirement in 1982. Upon admission to the bar, she joined her husband's law practice as partner, specializing in estate and family law. They both were active in civil rights law as well. In 1928, she was the first African American woman appointed as Assistant City Solicitor for the City of Philadelphia, serving to 1930. She was reappointed from 1934 to 1938. From 1943 to 1947, she was the first woman to serve as Secretary of the National Bar Association. She was appointed to the Commission on Human Relations of the City of Philadelphia, serving from 1952 to 1968. In 1959, when her husband was appointed to the Court of Common Pleas in Philadelphia, she opened her own law office. She continued to practice law independently until her husband's death in 1974. In 1976, she joined the firm of Atkinson, Myers, and Archie as a general counsel, where she remained until her retirement. Mossell Alexander died on November 1, 1989, at Cathedral Village in Andorra, Philadelphia, from pneumonia as a complication from Alzheimer's disease. She was buried in West Laurel Hill Cemetery. Her maternal grandfather was Benjamin Tucker Tanner, 1835 to 1923, a bishop in the African Methodist Episcopal Church, AME, and editor of the Christian Recorder. Bishop Tanner and his wife had 7 children, including Henry Osawa Tanner, 1859 to 1937, who became a noted painter, and Hallie Tanner Johnson, the first female physician to practice medicine in Alabama and who established the nurses' school and hospital at the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. Her father, Aaron Albert Mossell II, 1863 to 1951, was the first African American graduate of the University of Pennsylvania School of Law and practiced as a lawyer in Philadelphia. In 1899, when his daughter Sadie was 1 year old, he abandoned his family and moved to Wales. Her uncle, Nathan Francis Mossell, 1856 to 1946, was the first African American graduate of the University of Pennsylvania School of Medicine. Mossell Alexander's siblings include Aaron Albert Mossell III, 1893 to 1975, who became a pharmacist, and Elizabeth Mossell, 1894 to 1975, who became a Dean of Women at Virginia State College, a historically black college. During her high school years, Mossell lived in Washington, D.C., with her uncle, Lewis Baxter Moore, who was dean at Howard University. On November 29, 1923, Sadie Tanner Mossell married Raymond Pace Alexander, 1897 to 1974, in her parents' home on Diamond Street in North Philadelphia, with the ceremony performed by her father. Alexander, the son of slaves, grew up in Philadelphia. He attended and graduated from Central High School, 1917, valedictorian, Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, 1920, and Harvard Law School, 1923. At the time of this marriage, he had established a law practice in Philadelphia. Sadie and Raymond had 4 premature children, with only the last 2 surviving. They were able to raise 2 daughters, Mary Elizabeth Alexander, born 1934, who married Melvin Brown, and Ray Pace Alexander, born 1937, who earned a Ph.D., and married Archie C. Epps III. After her divorce with Epps, in 1971 Ray Pace Alexander married Thomas Minter, and they had 2 sons together. According to Nina Banks, Alexander's opposition to racial oppression was within a tradition of 19th-century scholars Frederick Douglass and T. Thomas Fortune, and with later scholars W. E. B. Du Bois and A. Philip Randolph. Alexander's focus was frequently on racial and economic justice for the working class, especially for working men and women. However, unlike Du Bois or Randolph, Alexander never embraced socialism. Alexander also can be contrasted with Howard University radicals Ralph Bunche, E. Franklin Frazier, and fellow black economist Abram Harris. For example, Harris wrote that the fundamental problems facing blacks could be overcome through multiracial labor organizing and did not support direct action for civil rights until blacks had achieved economic power. Alexander, on the other hand, was outspoken against white dominance in political, social, and economic spheres.